And we are live at Noblesville High School, the Mill, for Hoosier Crossroads Conference basketball tonight on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating their 25th, close to 26 years in the business. We'd also like to thank Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church, Hill and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration and Cleaning Services, HCTVcalendars.com, the Noblesville Chamber, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff. Good evening, basketball fans, and Friday night and mid-December, no better place to be than inside and watching high school basketball. I'm Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams.
Because it's certainly,
you know it.
It's certainly not fit to be outside in a ball game. So we're kind of glad football's over in this case here, okay? But the one thing about it is this is actually the kickoff, Craig, from all the things that we have going on here this weekend at Hamilton County TV.
There's quite a slew of events going on, and tomorrow, continuing tomorrow, I believe we've got.
We'll be at Westfield tomorrow for the girls' game. Noblesville versus Westfield at 1:30, and then we'll be there that night as the boys, the Westfield boys, play Tipton, and I'll be making the trip up north to call the Hamilton Heights Noblesville game, and Jim in the afternoon will be calling the finals of the Hamilton County Wrestling meet. Not only the finals of that meet, this is the final time that they're going to do Hamilton County Wrestling.
Wow. And, it's something that, I've been down here in the area for a little over 11 years now, and it, wrestling in the county tournament, the Hamilton County tournament, just seems like something that is a staple and, something that should be continued on a yearly basis. But, I mean, with the up and down flow of how wrestling is going in high school, the high school ranks these days, to where they do have a team championship at the end of the season, and it's not the most, put together, if you will, compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, but the one thing, too, about it, Craig, I think we're seeing that in all sports with conferences becoming such an important part, playing more games, in the conference, getting conference games, and then trying to play county schools. It's very, very difficult. It's impossible almost in football, and it's beginning that way in basketball. Same way in baseball, So it's just one of those things that it's just happening. It's a changing of the dynamics of sports today.
Yeah, and it's like you say, baseball. That's one of those sports in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference that in recent seasons has seen a big change with going to that 3-game series, like you see in the college ranks, and like you also see, in the pros. And there you go.
The game, just a few minutes. Both teams are went to the locker room and everything, and they'll be right back out here in just a few minutes for the start of this ball game. Of course, we'll have the national anthem. We'll have the introduction of the players and everything. So won't be long. We'll get started here. This is a big weekend for both teams, because with Westfield will play Noblesville tonight, which this is a conference game, and then tomorrow they will play Tipton. In the case of the Millers will play Westfield tonight, conference game, and tomorrow they'll play Hamilton Heights. And I can tell you, we've been around for a while, and me a little bit longer than you. There's nothing more than Tipton and Hamilton Heights wanting to beat Westfield and Noblesville. So, both those games are going to be big things.
Yeah, anybody and everybody, no matter where they're at, which state they want to beat Big Brother, whether they're the next door neighbor or they're somewhere else in the county or the city. And Tipton would obviously love to beat Westfield tomorrow night, and Hamilton Heights would love to beat Noblesville, as much as they go back and forth no matter what sport it is. So it's a great weekend for Hamilton County, and obviously the Tipton Blue Devils going to try and spoil that for Westfield. Like you said, tomorrow afternoon, a busy day for Hamilton County TV, Hamilton County Wrestling Tournament. We've got Noblesville at Westfield girls basketball tomorrow, because in this series, Noblesville hosts and the boys, Westfield will host the girls. That's just how it goes there. And then, like you said, Westfield and Tipton, and then Hamilton Heights and Noblesville in boys basketball action tomorrow. So a jam-packed day all together in Hamilton County. It looks like they're honoring the back-to-back state champion cheerleading team at Noblesville. And that's quite a big trophy.
Absolutely. It definitely is.
And a lot
Can
of
you hear me, Ryan?
a lot of those girls are the same. Were on that team last year that won a state championship. Let's talk about, before the teams get it back out here and before the national anthem, of what these two teams have gone through so far this season. Westfield started off with a tough couple home games, as they dropped a 54-43 opener to Pendleton Heights, and then they got a little thumping from Zionsville, 64-38 on December 1st. And they've strung together a trio of wins, a couple overtime wins, 2-point win over Greenfield Central on the 5th at home, and then at New Palestine, pretty solid 49-44 road win, and then a 2-point overtime win against future HCC opponent on the road at Franklin Central, 75-73. So it's looking like this Westfield team showed a few days ago on Tuesday that they are able to put some points on the board, rather than kind of keep it lower that they did in the first 4 games. So it should be interesting to see what Coach Shane Sumter and company bring to the table tonight.
Absolutely. And the one thing about this game here between the Millers and Westfield's a pretty good team. They're a pretty good shooting team, Craig. And, Banks is, he can penetrate, so he can make things happen, and they can kick it out, and they have some good shooters. So we're getting ready to the national anthem, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game after the national anthem.
And now please join in singing as the Noblesville High School Pep Band, under the direction of Eric Thornberry, plays our national anthem.
Noblesville Pep Band with the national anthem tonight. And got a few minutes before the starting lineups tonight. We'll talk about Noblesville's their march to a 3-2 record. Both these teams 3-2 on the season so far, and Noblesville started off with two wins and one. We'll get to in just a second. One was kind of odd. But they started out on Thanksgiving Eve with a 62-38 convincing win here at the Mill against the Northwest Space Pioneers. Then they hit the road for probably one of the lowest scoring games in the
that
state,
has to be a school record.
A school record, and B, throughout the state so far.
Or there might have been games back in the 30s that were that low. But yeah, that was kind of interesting.
And on December 2nd, the Millers hosted the Columbus East Olympians and dropped one 51-44 to Columbus East. And then last weekend they played a back-to-back weekend and had quite a struggle against county rival the Carmel Greyhounds. After starting out with an 8-4 lead late in the first quarter, the Millers dropped a 66-19 game at Carmel last Friday, and then they got back on the right track, and they showed that they can score again by a 62-49 win at Anderson, highlighted by junior Xavier Hines and his career-high 29 points. So we'll see what he and the Millers bring to the table tonight. Looking at tonight's...
the one thing about last weekend, okay, it was a nightmare at Carmel, okay, and we shot 19%, okay, but the resiliency of this ball club, I know Anderson's not as good a team, okay, but the Millers come back on Saturday night and come out there and win and shoot 56% from the field, and Hines and Johnson were 16 for 22 at 56%.
Yeah, I mean, Brian McCauley and his staff couldn't have asked for a better reaction out of his team from one night to the next, because let's face it, a 66-19 loss, that honestly on paper looks like rock bottom, and they came back and climbed themselves out of a huge hole that they made on Friday night and got the victory and split the weekend.
And the one thing that everybody, that many people have asked me about the Fishers game between Fishers and Noblesville, that score, and they said, what? The Millers, they must have, what they do, put it in a deep freeze, and it actually was not the Millers. It was actually the Fishers, because there was one time right before the half, the Fishers held the ball for 3 minutes, and 1 minute the guard held the ball in his hands out there and didn't even dribble.
Yeah,
and it's the one thing you got to learn. It's so much different. Coach Matt Morris down there coaching Fishers after all those years with Coach Leonard. It's a little bit different mindset, but the one thing, if you learn about Brian McCulley, he teaches patience, okay? And he wants to be there at the end to win, okay? So he's going to do those type things, okay? He's not going to push the issue, and that's exactly what happened. Tonight we're going to see a great ball game because Shane Sumner was the girls' coach for many years, built a good program over there.
Yep.
It made sense when he became the boys' basketball coach, and he's going to build a winner over there.
He will build a winner, and we'll see that momentarily as Kevin Cole will have the starting lineups here in just a moment. Elsewhere in the HCC tonight, Avon visiting Brownsburg. Both those teams, Brownsburg 4-1, Avon yet to win a ball game. They're 0-4 after their great football season this year. And Fishers at Southeastern, so the Mudsock in basketball. And Southeastern at 5-0, and Fishers at 2-3 on the season. And then Westfield obviously here at Noblesville tonight in this battle.
But you also got to put the exclamation mark in there. After Carmel beat us so bad on Friday night, Fishers came back and beat them on Saturday.
So it's the whole parody of the Hamilton County rivalries, the HCC. That all fed into play on Saturday. That's when Fishers handed Carmel a loss at the Eric Clark Center. And real quick before the lights go out for the Noblesville starting lineup, 3-guard lineup for Westfield. Number 10, Zach Banks, a 6-foot junior. 6-foot senior, number 15, Josh Van Dyke. And number 24, Caleb Welch, a 6'1 junior, are the guards. Number 30, Camden Simons, a 6'5 sophomore, will be one forward. And the center will be 6'6 senior, number 42, Jack Ryanall. As we get set for the Noblesville starting lineup.
Now, your memory's much better than mine. But wasn't there a Rhino that played on the girls' team that was a real good basketball player?
I believe that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Haley Rhino.
Yeah.
She played against that whole group with Shannon and Caitlin O'Reilly and company. And so Noblesville starting lineup as PA announcer Kevin Cole gives the lineups. Number 40, Ryan Barnes at 1 forward. Another forward, number 20, Egan Keever Hill. And third forward, number 23, Zach Johnson. The 2 guards, number 10, Jordan Schmidt, and number 24, Xavier Hines. Got a 2 guys that are leading this team in scoring for Noblesville. Xavier Hines and Zach Johnson. We're going to see very full well what they can do, especially against a very, I guess, this looks like a very good matchup. As you see, Barnes will probably jump it up center against Jack Reinl. But quite a matchup on paper, and these two look like it's going to be one of those nip-tuck affairs throughout, Barry.
You know, the one thing about with Westfield, Rhino in the middle, he's 6'6", and Barnes is 6'5", and you know Barnes is he's a banger.
Yeah, we've seen him on the football field for a couple of years, and basketball last year after he transferred during the middle of his sophomore year to Noblesville, and the tip goes to Josh Van Dyke, and we're underway. Glad to be joining us tonight. Craig Atkins with Perry Williamson. I think I'm going to have to stand up. Westfield shifting it around the perimeter. Welch, Van Dyke thought about a 3, now right side to Banks. Banks will dribble out. Noblesville playing a 2-3 zone. Almost looks like a 3-2. Shifted down. Steal by Jordan Schmidt. Reach-in foul going to be called on 15, Josh Van Dyke. So first foul on the Shamrocks. Shane Sumter in his 3rd year at Westfield, and Brian McCall in his 4th year at the helm of the Millers. As Jordan Schmidt will run the point, looking, dips it. Got down low. Egan Keever Hill gets it to Zach Johnson, and Noblesville with that 2-0 lead. Rebound off the miss there by Ryan Barnes. Now left side. Schmidt goes to Johnson. Yep. A little more body than he should have, than he wanted to get there. Jack Reinl commits his first personal foul.
It's hard to move Ryan Barnes. We know that on a football field. So he's a big, strong kid in the middle, 6'5". You know, he could be a big part in this game tonight.
Hines drives, now gets it. Keever Hill. Trapped and now back out. Hines, right wing 3, off the mark, short. Rebound to Van Dyke. Back the other way come the Shamrocks. Tries to pass it to Reinl, and off his leg and into the hands of Ryan Barnes. Johnson faked it. Now shoots a 3. No. Banks the rebound back the other way. Now back out. Welch could have had a 3, but lost the handle of it. And Van Dyke will reset up top. Now it's Banks. Trying to set it up, but I think so far Noblesville's 2-3 zone working pretty well for them. It's 2-0.
Well, I think it's important to know that you know Coach knows that Banks is a slasher, so you got to keep him from penetrating.
Steal by Keever Hill, back up the court. Hines.
Push.
Like he got pushed maybe there by 30, Camden Simons. So quickly within the first 2:11, the 3rd Westfield foul, that time on Camden Simons.
Early substitution here for
Michael Koza, another
Koza's coming
big
in,
boy.
another 6'6".
Out of bounds underneath their own basket. Schmidt will inbound. Inbound, Johnson, left baseline, finds room, dishes back out now to Hines. Fakes the three,
Ooh.
gets tripped as he goes. Looks like that might be Banks. So they're
Yeah, I
spreading the
think
fouls
so.
out so far. Nope. I believe that's 40. That'll be Koza.
And he just came in the ball game.
So quickly he gets a foul, and within 2 minutes, Westfield's already 4 fouls, and Keeper Hill gets the pass from Schmidt up and off the glass and in.
Good play there by the Millers.
So about 2.5 minutes into this game. Now Welch, a three long, tried to bank it. No, Barnes the board.
Good job.
Barnes gets the pass. That's assist number 2 from.
Nice pass by Zach Johnson. Let's thank one of our sponsors, Craig. Logan Street Signs, celebrating 25 years of Logan Street Signs and Banners, specialized in that last-minute signage and banners. Excuse me. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, LoganStreetSigns.com.
This is a full timeout called by Westfield. Check that it was a 30-second timeout. Looks like Noblesville sat down for it. Westfield will inbound from the far left. Up the court, Van Dyke looked right for Welch. Now back left to Zach Banks. Banks. They're having trouble trying to penetrate the paint with this stout Noblesville defense so far with Barnes, Johnson, Keeper Hill, the length of Noblesville. Length and size, and not to mention Xavier Hines out there with Schmidt. Westfield looking for their first points of the ball game. Welch drives back out. Now it's Banks for three. Gets fouled. Shooting three by Zach Johnson. And looking to chip away at this lead as Banks makes the three and will shoot one. That's one thing you have to watch when you're out there on the perimeter is where you're fouling a guy because and who you're fouling because Banks knocked that three down from the left on the right wing.
One thing that happened in that Carmel game last Friday was Johnson got in foul trouble early, and you know, we need him to play good basketball play good basketball for the Millers to be effective.
But Johnson drives, shots blocked. Looked like there was contact.
Looks like a foul there.
Might be on Camden Simons. If it is, that's 2. And that is the case.
Okay, that's right.
Jack Johnson, who drove to the bucket, looking to add a couple more points to his total. Swishes the first.
One thing, Craig, already Westfield's got 5 team fouls, so and we're very, very early in this ball game.
Jack Ryan comes back in for the Shamrocks, replacing Simons, who has 2 fouls, and we're not even to the midway point of the first quarter. Johnson, one more 3, eyes it, flies it, got it. 8-4, Johnson. Westfield back the other way, it's Welch. Van Dyke. Now to Banks, right side. Johnson on him again, but Johnson plays smart and peels off.
One thing about it, Westfield has the 2 big boys in the ball game, Craig.
Down low to Reinl. He's doubled up, trying to find room, and he walks. Schmidt, left side to Johnson for Noblesville looking. Down low to Barnes, makes room on Reinl and got it. Ryan Barnes with 4 and a nice dish by Zach Johnson. It's 10-4 Noblesville.
It's basically the same play he scored on the first time Johnson got the ball into.
That should be one of those things that clicks in ahead of a coach. Feed the beast.
Yeah.
If you can get the matchup
especially if
there.
the beast gets hot down low.
Banks now right side. Looks like there's an decent ugly sweater Christmas party in the Noblesville student section.
It's starting to grow, Craig.
Yeah, it looks like Noblesville picking up their second foul. Keever Hill will get his first. He's the son of Noblesville baseball coach Justin Keever, which he keeps growing as well. I think he looks all of 6'3". Just under 3 minutes left here, first quarter. Banks just about stutter stepped. Now Welch, right side to Van Dyke. Floating it around the perimeter, trying to find either Koza or Reinl. And Noblesville's 2-3, throwing him for a loop. Koza with it now. Left side to Welch, drives, baseline, stolen by Zach Johnson. Now back the other way. Schmidt, right side to Hines. 3 on the way, got it. (13-4), 2 minutes left. First quarter, Westfield and Noblesville up 13-4. Shot on the way, no. Xavier Hines the rebound for Noblesville. Back come the Millers. Schmidt, left corner, and before he made the move baseline, Zach Johnson travels.
You know, so far, Craig, this zone that Noblesville's throwing out there is they're doing a great job with it.
Yeah, they've done real well so far with this 2-3 zone. Down low, Johnson, Barnes, and Keever Hill into the ball game now. Number 23, Benji Welch. He's a freshman. He's the third in line of these Welch boys over in Westfield. Van Dyke left side. Now it's the freshman Welch. I think he came in for Caleb Welch. Schmidt steals it right out of the hand, and he didn't have to do much, but first foul on Benji Welch.
Number 23, Benji Welch.
Checking in for the Millers, 45, Alex Hancock. Giving Keever Hill a break. You know, and I'm not sure if Miller fans know Perry, who's sitting on that bench right behind Brian McCauley right now. An Indiana coaching legend in Basil Mobby.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Someone who obviously, with his great track record and history, that this team from Noblesville can learn a lot from.
And has been a mentor to Brian McCulley.
Absolutely.
There's very few people that work any harder than Coach McCulley on sidelines, I can tell you that. He plays every play.
Simons gets it down low to Koza, and Xavier Hines commits his first foul.
Personal foul, Noblesville. 2 shots.
That'll be 2 shots for number 40, Michael Koza.
Koza's a 6'6" senior.
Makes the first free throw.
Right dead in the bottom of that net.
Second one up, rattles it in. Shamrocks 3 for 3 from the foul line. Half their points from there, the other 3 on that 3-and-1 from Zach Banks. 40 seconds left first quarter.
Millers are not going to be in any hurry here. They'll be looking for the best shot they can get in this last 30 seconds. Hines with the ball.
They'll drive. Back out to Schmidt, deep right. Now down near 20 seconds. Hines pushing now to 10 seconds. Looking. Schmidt shoots a long 3 from
my
in and out. Rebound.
That went down to the bottom and popped back out.
After 1 quarter play, it's Noblesville 13, Westfield 6.
I want to thank another one of our sponsors. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out at noblesvilletrophies.com. Want to also keep you informed about Hamilton County's HCTVcalendar.com. Be sure to check it out, this calendar, and upcoming events in Hamilton County and all the local information in our high school. If you have an event, add it to the calendar. It's easy and free. Hamilton County Community Calendar has been around online since 1995. HCTVcalendar.com.
Getting ready to start our second quarter of play. Craig Atkins with Perry Williams. Glad you joined us tonight here at the Mill in Noblesville. As the Millers inbound. 13-6 after 1 quarter. Hines back out. Now Schmidt. Trying to find room and goes right side to Xavier Hines. Trying to find room. Banks all over him. Hancock has it out top. Now left side to Schmidt. Off the mark. Rebound by Tallis.
Schmidt, no good.
Rebound comes down to Camden Simon, who came back in at the quarter break. Rebound off the missed shot from Westfield to Schmidt. Back the other way. Now it's Johnson back out. Vitalis. Off the mark, his shot. Hancock was under the basket. Couldn't get the rebound. Now it's Banks. Back the other way for Westfield. Thought about a 3 again, right wing. Hancock guards Banks, but Banks gets it up and over him. Now it's 13-8. Schmidt now left side for Noblesville to Hines. Looking to dip down. It's just inside the three-point arc. No. Rebound to Banks. Back come the Shamrocks now. Left wing 3 by Simon. Got it.
Well, that's exactly what the Shamrocks got to do. They got to hit from the outside, because so far that zone is really gave them a tough time if they don't hit from the outside.
And Hancock's shot blocked by the 6'5 Simons.
substitution for Westfield, Caleb Welch. Returning to the Millers, Ryan Barr, and Kiefer Hill.
Kiefer Hill back in. He's in there with Schmidt, Barnes, Johnson, and Vitalis. He has it left side, gets it down low to Barnes. Barnes up off the glass and in.
Barnes has got 6.
He's got 6. The lead is 4 again. Assist there to Vitalis. Westfield still trying to penetrate that 2-3 zone of Noblesville's. Van Dyke to Welch, now to Simons. Banks now trapped in the corner, gets it back out top to Van Dyke. Johnson will get his second foul as he touched Welch as he drove to the bucket. Number 3, Jaron Uri checks in. Little brother of former tailback, Jarrell Uri. Also Brendan Fisher, number 5 for Noblesville. In the game of basketball, or actually no matter what sport, it's good to have fresh bodies in there. Westfield also brings in 22 Garrett Pollard into the mix. He's got it now up top, Benji Welch. I think Shane Sumter's got plenty of guards he can shift into his lineup. And with a smaller lineup here, even tougher as that ball is.
Oh, what a wow.
Jaron Uri, and he travels deep left. Oh, my. Got a little anxious when he got the ball.
Kind of shows you on that jump ball the strength of Ryan Barnes. He just kind of popped it out of his hand.
He pops it out. Uri goes flying down the floor, and I don't think he could.
I think we have a unified basketball game here at the half. Greg.
That is correct.
Always exciting.
Below the midway point of the quarter. 15-11, Noblesville. As Caleb Welch tries to make room, gets to brother Benji. Reaching, going to be called on Brendan Fisher. And Noblesville climbing the foul chart now.
Yeah, they now have 5, and Westfield only has 6 now.
And I believe it looks like the Noblesville middle school teams will be recognized at halftime as well. Always something going on here at halftime.
Yes, it is.
Banks thought about a 3 from the volleyball stripe. Simons back out. Banks a 3. Gonna be short. Rebound to Hines, and he and Welch go at it. Simons the board back out top. Blocking foul there on Jaron Uri. 16 fouls on each team now.
Personal foul, number 3, Jaron Uri.
Right corner, 3, no. Rebound to Jaron Uri. Fisher, now it's Hines. Dribbles between the legs, back over to Uri. Gives it down low to Ryan Barnes, up off the glass. No, rolled off over the top of the rim. Rebound to Pollard. Under 2.5 left here in the first half. Welch, deep baseline jumper, rebounded off the miss by Keeper Hill. Brendan Fisher will bring it up the court. Jordan Schmidt set the check in next dead ball. Right side Uri. Now Keeper Hill down low, dips it. Barnes up off glass and in.
That play's worked pretty good tonight here, Craig. Getting that ball down low to Ryan Barnes.
Yeah, that's 4 buckets for Ryan Barnes. I believe 2 assists and each for Keeper Hill and Schmidt on those. Driving the baseline, Benji Welch now to Pollard. Banks, 1:44 left first half. Driving, Simon, steal, Ryan Barnes. Back the other way come to Miller. Still slow it down with 1:35 until the half.
Barnes is having a good first half here, Craig.
Yep, he is for sure having. Looks like we've got a little something.
Something. One of the kids.
Officials timeout. One of the Unified basketball players was
ready to play,
excited.
right?
He came out in the deep left corner down on Noblesville in the far left.
He was ready to play.
Yep, he's still got about a minute and a half. Coach Skaggs needs to keep them down there off the floor yet. Inbounded Schmidt now back in the game. Johnson sitting on the bench with 2 fouls for the Millers. It's Uri left side from Schmidt, now back to Jordan. Hines, cross-court pass to Uri. Now down to 76 till half. Cross-court again, Hines looking, driving, baseline up off the glass. No, he couldn't quite get it onto the glass, or that probably would have fallen in for an and one.
Yeah, he would have had a better chance there if he'd have got it on the glass.
Jack Reinl with that foul. That's his second, but just the first here in the second quarter. So, Coach Sumter at the quarter break did something to where they shined off.
Yeah.
And they haven't been as aggressive. Xavier Hines makes his first free throw.
Van Dyke coming in the game for the Shamrocks. Hines with another free throw. Pollard going out for the Westfield.
And he gives Noblesville an 8-point lead. And now we're at a minute left. First half, 19-11, Noblesville. Guards aplenty, and they're trying to find a seam in this Noblesville 2-3 zone. Millers have played tremendous D so far. 13-6 first quarter. Now it's 6-5 this quarter, and that ball stolen by Schmidt on the bad pass up the court to Uri. Up, he gets fouled. I think that's Josh Van Dyke, or was that Banks?
I think it was Banks that ran out of the gym. Yep.
So it's going to be called, I think, on number 10, Zach Banks. That's his first. 8th foul on the Shamrocks. Uri. And that one rattles off. He'll have one more free throw here with 32.3 left here in the first half. And it's always good to see what more they're doing with Unified Sports. They always have the basketball and the track and field. Always looking to give kids opportunities to play. Second free throw up and good by Uri. 20-11. Now it's Van Dyke, left side, back out top, under 20 to Banks. Benji Welch. Down to 5 seconds. Three-pointer, top of the key by Zach Banks, and that's going to run out time here in the first half. And at halftime, our score, Noblesville 20, Westfield 14. We'll take a break quick, and we'll give you Unified Basketball coming back in just a bit here on Hamilton County TV.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Before that, it was 37A, and before that, it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
The IHSAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite IHSAA sports on the all-new IHSAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Wilson, Brady Simmons, Noah Bouchon, Karen Backwater, Colby Katarowski, Jeff Scott, Kyle Rose, Patrick Ford, Austin Wood, Cameron Carnes, Elias Spillman, Jackson Smart, Drew Cochran, Mark Whistler, and Jake Pasca. On video is Jackson Dumas. The manager is Chase McCallum. Coaches, Tara Wilson, David Dr. Hart, and head coach Chris Champion. Best of luck, boys, on the rest of your season. Our second and eighth grade team is Noblesville East and Noblesville West Middle School.
Today is our unified math line meeting, and we are supporting Special
our athletes tonight as we play the second halftime game. Thank you.
Wow, what a game that was, Craig.
They always put on a little show for the folks at halftime, the Unified athletes, and they love getting out there. I think they just eat it up.
Yeah, they do. Let's thank a few of our sponsors here. We got a couple minutes. Community Health Network. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com. Church Hidland Antrim, attorney at law. From personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases, Church Hidland Antrim protect the rights of individual businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. Contact their Noblesville office at 317-773-5320. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be their outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith Jewelers is eager to give the customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383. Bill Clifford for sheriff. Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and is committed to his life to serving the community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield with his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority and understands the sheriff's office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, follow his campaign on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff. And remember to vote Bill Clifford, Hamilton County Sheriff, on May 8th, 2018. What do we got here, Craig, at the first half?
Quite a duel between Westfield and Noblesville. Noblesville, obviously, they take the first quarter 13-6, and Westfield came back methodically, and they get an 8-7 second quarter, and Noblesville leads 20-14 as we head into the third quarter of play. And it's going to be an interesting third quarter because obviously Westfield chipped away a little bit, but Noblesville kind of tried to distance themselves up a half dozen at this point. And an interesting mix. We've got some Westfield players in foul trouble, 2 on Camden Simons and 2 on Jack Reinl. 2 fouls on Noblesville's Zach Johnson. Ryan Barnes led Noblesville in the first half with 8 points. He actually led all scorers with 8 points. 4 points from Xavier Hines. Check that, 5 points. And 4 points from Zach Johnson for Noblesville. And I think I'm missing a couple points from Westfield. And actually check that. Zach Banks has 7 points, 3 points out of Camden Simons, 2 free throws from Michael Koza, and that's where I'm missing my 2 points. I'm missing a pair in the first half for Westfield. Able to chase down the other scores from the area? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, that Southeastern score. I want to thank one more of our sponsors, Indiana Restoration. No job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you're a homeowner or a large business experiencing water and fire or storms, or just a homeowner simply needing good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. You can contact them at 317-776-9942. Well, Craig, getting ready to start the second half here. Clicking down here, both coaches are giving the last minute instructions.
The reporters, Richie Hall is...
Where's Richie at tonight?
He's at the basketball mudshot with Fishers and Southeastern tonight. At one point in the second quarter, it was 9-9. Looks like their IHSA Commissioner Bobby Cox, that's where he's hanging out tonight.
Got a big game at, are they at North Central or are they at Carmel tonight? That Carmel North Central game.
Not
That's
sure.
a big game.
Trying to find out.
Getting ready here. Westfield has the ball starting off the second half.
Van Dyke will get it into Zach Banks, left side to Welch. Glad to be joining us tonight. Craig Atkins with Perry Williams. Jim Wofford at the controls. Spencer Gilbert on the camera.
Yeah, we even got the boss, Jim, out of the office tonight. He's here along with us. Will and Katie needed a night off.
Banks for 3, off the mark, no. Rebounder Schmidt on the loose ball.
We even got Spencer on the camera tonight over there.
Yep, Spencer key up. Zach Johnson, left corner 3, got it as they shift it. And Noblesville now with their largest lead. It was an 8-point, now it's 9 at 23-14. Welch dips it. Simons, no. In there, Banks tries to get it, blocked by Ryan Barnes.
Ryan Barnes has done a pretty good job on the boards tonight, too, Craig.
Xavier Hines, 3 from the right, no. Off the hands of Kiever Hill. And back the other way for Westfield. Two players in foul trouble to start the half. Like I said, Reinl and Simons for Westfield. Zach Johnson with 2 for Noblesville, as he canned that 3 from the left corner to get the scoring going for the Millers to start. We're a couple minutes into this second half of play. Halftime score at Southeastern. Nail biter, it's 18-14 Southeastern. Johnson another 3, no. And 18-14 Southeastern up on Fishers for the basketball version of the Mudsock. Driving, Banks. Deflection rebound, Xavier Hines. And back comes Noblesville.
Of course, now the Mudsock for the girls is tomorrow, so.
Barnes, little hook shot from Johnson in there, and Barnes has 10 points and puts the Millers up 11. Simons with that bucket.
Barnes with the rebound up. No good. Foul.
Yeah, that's foul number 3 on Jack Reinl. He didn't. He had that kind of shocked look on his face, like he didn't think he had that much contact, but it was enough.
How many rebounds has Barnes got tonight, Craig?
I'm gonna have to snag the stats from Brian McCauley. I think I've lost track. Barnes misses the first free throw. He's got 10 to lead the way for the Millers. One more to come. Trying to get it back to a double-digit lead for Noblesville. And he does. Just under 5 minutes left, third quarter. 26-16. Van Dyke and Banks trying to penetrate, or trying to find a seam rather, in that Noblesville 2-3 zone. It's been the tough task of the night, indeed, for the Green, and Simons throws it right into the hands of Zach Johnson. I think he got hit as he stole the ball.
Looks like a little blood.
Yep.
So we're going to take a break here and treat Mr. Johnson. Let's talk about one of our sponsors, Logan Street Signs, celebrating 25 years of Logan Street Signs and Banner, specializing in that last-minute signage of banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or LoganStreetSigns.com on the website. Smitch with the ball. Bringing it up the floor. Over to Hines. To Kiever Hill. Into Barnes. Barnes up and in.
Egan Kiever Hill, that's his 4th assist, and Barnes has 13 points to lead all scorers, and it's 28-16.
I'll tell you, Barnes gets down deep like that. He's gonna put it up there.
Sharon Uri with his second personal foul. Yeah, if you, like I said earlier in the first half, feed the beast. I think at points that's what Westfield's trying to do, and unfortunately for them, Jack Reinl has 3 fouls.
Dribbled right off the
Caleb
foot.
Welch right off his leg and out of bounds back to Noblesville. 3:37 left here, third quarter play. You see across the way in front of the Southeastern sign up there upstairs, Westfield football coach Jake Gilbert taking in the game tonight. Keeper Hill, cross-court pass. Hines, left corner three. Going to be off the back of the iron.
Wow,
Barnes the rebound and up and in.
Feed the beast.
That's exactly what they're doing. Barnes has 15 points.
If I don't have an assist, I'll rebound it myself and put it back in. Nice shot by number 23.
Well, Benji Welch with his first 2 points of the night. 30-18. Hines, right side, cross court, almost over the head of
into Barnes.
Barnes trying to make room right on Koza. No.
Oh.
Keeper Hill, the rebound, up and in.
Nice job by the Millers there. Stretching this out 32-18.
Good rebound put back by Egan Keeper Hill. His 4th point of the ball game. And I think Xavier Hines will get whistled with that Noblesville foul.
Personal foul, Noblesville 24, Xavier Hines.
That'll be his 2nd. Koza, the rebound, no. Missed shot by Koza, rebound by Keeper Hill. And back comes Noblesville trying to pad this lead. 2 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Schmidt on Van Dyke. Great matchup with he and Van Dyke. Down low, dips it. Uri gets it blocked by Koza and out of bounds. And Brendan Fisher back in for the Millers, giving Schmidt a break. Inbound to Hines. Now dips it down low. Over the back. Actually, right into was Benji Welch with the foul. His 2nd. Inbound to Uri. Gets it stolen. Banks. Spin move and down the court he goes. Xavier Hines tried to defend, but Banks puts it up and in, and Banks has 11 points. He leads the Shamrocks 11 of their 20. Keeper Hill, 16-footer, got it. Nice jump shot by Egan, and he's got 6 points, 4 here in the quarter. .110 left here, 3rd quarter. It's a pass you probably don't want to make as Caleb Welch tried to get it to Koza, and now it's back out. Ball.
There was bodies all over the floor there, Craig.
Yeah, scrambling for the ball. For a 6'6" guy, you don't want to dish it down by his leg, legs. You want to get it up top so he can keep it up top. And ball's turned back over. Noblesville basketball. Jordan Schmidt will check back in. Schmidt fast up the floor to Keeper Hill. 10-footer, got it. Egan Keeper Hill.
That's 6 for this quarter, isn't it, Craig?
Yep, he's got 8.
Keeper Hill on the rebound for the Millers.
Down to 15 seconds. 3rd quarter, it's 36-20. Schmidt back out to Hines, now 10 seconds. Trying to make a move. Back to Schmidt, 5 seconds. Looks at the clock, drives, back the other way, driving, fades back. And shot is off the mark and no. And through 3 quarters, it's Noblesville 36, Westfield 20.
Want to thank Noblesville Trophies. Offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out at NoblesvilleTrophies.com. Don't forget to check out the Hamilton County events calendar, hctvcalendar.com. You can find all the upcoming events in Hamilton County and the local area, along with all high school events. If you have an event, add it to our calendar. It's easy. It's free. Hamilton County Community Calendar has been online since 1995.
Did you know that?
hctvcalendar.com. Only because Jim tells me that all the time.
Yeah, it would have probably helped out a lot of people for different events. No matter
absolutely.
If it's sports or if it's whatever kind of event they're looking for. It would have helped people a lot if we don't, I guess, publicize it more. I'm glad we do now.
Absolutely.
So people can know what's going on throughout Hamilton County with hctvcalendars.com.
Well, all right, Craig, quarter number 4.
Noblesville inbound and took their time. Official placed the ball on the floor and started counting. They inbound, and it's Schmidt looking to get back out to Brendan Fisher. Now it's Schmidt. Left-handed 3, top of the key, no. Gets his own rebound. Up top, Hines, 3, got it. Xavier Hines with 8 points. Kiever Hill with 8. Ryan Barnes has 15. And it's 39-20. Westfield looking for answers as they find themselves down 19. Up and over Barnes, no. Kiever Hill the board. He's having himself quite a second half.
Absolutely.
As the Millers looking to tack on to this lead more. Looks like we'll see nope, that's Zach Johnson. He had to change jerseys. He'll be coming in next.
Because he had blood on. That's why I could.
3-pointer. Brendan Fisher with the assist. And check that, Xavier Hines heating up. He's got 11. And it's 42-20. And there's a steal by Egan Kiever Hill. 6:20 left. Noblesville. Now it's Schmidt. Ball deflected off the hand of Van Dyke. And we'll see Johnson come back in. He's wearing number 50 now. Don't be fooled, folks. That's still him. And 6-foot sophomore guard, number 33, Eli Patchett, checks in for Westfield. So they've got one more player, Sam Eaton. We've heard that name before.
Absolutely.
He on the football field and the baseball diamond for Westfield. The only Westfield player yet to see the floor tonight. Schmidt, now to Hines, right side 3. He's got the hot hand, no. Johnson, rebound. Back the other way, gets the board. And Schmidt will reset, go left side to Kiever Hill. And that ball tipped off of Patchett's hand. And we'll get Camden Simons checking back in.
30, Camden Simons.
Kiever Hill to inbound. Deep in the backcourt to Schmidt. Couple threes in this quarter. Now it's Barnes looking. Tried to go down to the block, and the ball got deflected out of his hand. Now it's Patchett. Banks, left side 3, no. Rebound to Zach Johnson. He's throwing me off with that number 50.
Yeah, that's the way with me. When I saw him going to the, I thought, that's Zach Johnson. And then I saw that 50. I said, wait a minute. That's why I looked at the program.
Yeah, it looked like in the third quarter when he got had to come out.
Nice
Johnson
move.
drives to the left side. Johnson's got 9, and it's 42-20. 44-20, check that. Westfield just thrown off. Now it's Schmidt up off the glass and in off the steal. And Shane Sumter wants to talk about it.
Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com. Well, Craig, the Millers kind of opened it up here a little bit.
Gave themselves breathing room, and Coach Sumter wants to talk about it. And in the huddle during a timeout, a full timeout at that, it's almost like what do you approach first, because they're not able to penetrate this Noblesville defense, and when they do, the ball either gets deflected or it's stolen by Noblesville. So it's a matter of they're forcing themselves to chuck up threes or do things that they haven't done recently in this 3-game winning streak.
Absolutely, and the one thing I'm sure Coach Sumter told them there in the huddle, let's settle down, let's play our game, and try to work ourselves back in this ball game. But I think his players were just a little bit riled, and that's why he called that timeout.
Ryan Barnes gets a breather for Noblesville. Alex Hancock now in the game. He's in there with Fisher, Hines, Keeper Hill, and Johnson. Steal there by Johnson, and Noblesville's back and running. Actually, we'll slow it up a little bit with Fisher coming up the court. To Hines, right side. He's trapped. Now back out top to Fisher. Keeper Hill does a fake. Moves left.
Wow.
No. Not strong enough, unfortunately, for Noblesville there, but Caleb Welch the rebound back the other way. Van Dyke thought about the 3. Now it's Welch. Right corner 3. Raises the rim. Hancock the board for the Millers.
Fisher with the ball for the Millers. To Hines. To Hancock. Over to Johnson.
Johnson looks
Looking
down
inside,
low. Hines thought he dribbled on the baseline, but he didn't. Behind the back pass. Now it's back the other way. Van Dyke, no. Rebound to Hancock. And Noblesville. Nope. Welch tried to get it up and in, and no.
One of those things Hancock's just got to learn. He's just got to relax down there and keep that ball up high, get that ball out there.
Hancock with his first foul. It's like Jerron Uri set the check back in. Next dead ball. Caleb Welch at the line.
Into the middle of number 3, Jerron Uri.
Hines comes out, a little bit of a rest here, Craig.
One more free throw from Welch, and he swishes that one. Just the first 2 points for Caleb Welch, and it's 46-22. Half a quarter.
Ooh,
Yep, Keeper Hill. He stutter stepped when he got that ball across the line. First 2 points of the fourth quarter, and they came past the halfway point as Riley Vitalis will check in for Noblesville. Next dead ball, number 12. Zach Banks. Looks like Uri with the foul there. His third. Vitalis checks in and replaces Egan Keever Hill. Much deserved applause as he exits with 8 points, but it was the whole sequence of what he did in the third quarter that helped springboard Noblesville to this gigantic lead they've got now. 3:10 left. Rebound, Brendan Fisher. Fisher, right side, Uri. Back out, now it's Johnson. Hounded out top by Welch. Uri down low to Johnson.
Nice
up off the glass and in. Johnson's got 11. The third Miller in double figures. 48-22 now. Three-pointer on the way from Banks. It's good. His third three. Banks has 14. It's almost like a three-man weave drill up the court. Vitalis, no. Off the hands of Hancock. Oh, they're leaving it here with Noblesville. Looked like it was off of Hancock, but Noblesville catches a break there. And now we see 21 Sam Eaton come in the game. .157 left, and this one's all but over. And that ball in and out of, all but went down the net on a shot by Johnson. Back the other way comes Westfield. Van Dyke, Banks. Now it's Patchett. Steal there by Uri. And with 1:10 left, looks like 22, Jordan Gaddis will check in for the Millers with this timeout, Noblesville.
Gaddis, another sophomore, right, Craig?
Yep, Gaddis is a sophomore. Got the chance to coach some of these sophomores a few summers ago at a team camp up at Indiana Wesleyan and Marion, and it's kind of cool to see how these kids have grown. And 1:09 left. Yeah, I'll never forget. Coach McCauley comes and sits on my bench and introduces himself just before he even, he had even started his first season, and he recommends one play, and one of the kids says, "Hey, why don't we run the short corner?" Sure enough, we run the short corner, and Jordan Gaddis makes a baseline jumper to beat Carmel. Late third quarter, actually mid-third quarter at Southeastern. 24 Fishers, 18 Vitalis, no on the jumper. Rebound by Patchett. And so it's kind of cool for Coach McCauley in his trip to see Patchett with a long two-pointer, and it's 48-27. Timeout called by the Millers to get 30 Ian Gibbons in the ball game. Looks like Brendan Fisher will take a share. $39.5 left.
Gaddis with the ball. Hancock, in and out.
Hancock tried to get the board. And looks like it's going to be a reach and foul on Mr. Hancock. 48-27, 25 seconds left. Jordan Gaddis, not the best way to get your name in the scorebook, but
it is in there.
Personal foul, yep, it's in there. Down under 20 seconds, 48-27. Patchett thought about a three. Banks. Gaddis on him. Now it's Banks. Long three, off the mark. rebound Uri, and that's going to do it, folks. Final score here at Noblesville. Noblesville 48, Westfield 27, and the game that Noblesville needed, obviously putting their second complete game together, if you will, after that drubbing last Friday that they had at Carmel 66-19. They take this one 48-27, but mainly they get a conference win out of this.
That's right, which very important because they're now 2-0 in the conference.
Yep, 2-0 as they've already taken down Fishers, and they've also taken out now Westfield in HCC play.
Well, Craig, tomorrow night, the same Noblesville team will travel to Arcadia and play Hamilton Heights, and Westfield will host the Tipton Blue Devils. So, not much more to say about tonight's game here, Craig. So, you want to sign us out of here?
Yeah, once again, we'd like to thank, obviously, Jim for being at the controls, and our intern, Spencer Gilbert, for manning the camera over in the corner for us, and for Perry Williams. I'm Craig Atkins, and once again, we'll have you at everywhere in Hamilton County tomorrow, it seems like, with the Hamilton County Wrestling Tournament. Girls basketball, Noblesville will visit Westfield tomorrow, noon for junior varsity tip, and then Westfield visits Tipton in boys basketball, and then Perry will have Noblesville at Hamilton Heights boys in boys basketball tomorrow night. For all of us here at Hamilton County TV, so long and good night from the mill.